Well, I'll be getting some pretty interesting merchandise in here real soon. Happy dreams in little packets. But I'll only be selling to customers who like me. So think it over.
Oh, yeah, that excess baggage. Where is she?
Blubbering mess in the basement.
Put her out of her misery. This one I'll think about for a while.
It's a pity, really. She's experienced. Seems a waste to get rid of her when she could be good money for us.
Her type for a dime a dozen.
Maybe. But she's smart enough to play it straight.
And talk if she's offered enough.
She doesn't know anything. Besides, it'd be good to have her on the streets. There's every chance that the police will spot her. And you want the word to get out that we're in Sydney? She's obvious bait. They spot her, then they know I'm here. That is what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I want. We can make sure they know you're here without the girl. You sure you're not just trying to save her life?
She's nothing to me, like you said. Her type are a dime a dozen.
Precisely.
You know, Cass, I've been thinking you're probably right. Well, Mr. Manning must get very lonely. I mean, he doesn't seem to have much of a private life. Well, not that he talks about anyway.
Perhaps the details don't bear repeating.
Oh, don't be awful, Doreen.
Well, you know, Pixie was pretty shaken up over that business with young Bobby.
Yeah, and you can't blame him. I mean, he might be scared someone else might have a go. Mind you, I could be tempted. I think he has very sexy eyes.
You're wasting your time on that thing, Mr. Manning. Everything in this place is at least 100 years old. Present company excluded.
There's never any bloody thing worth watching anyway.
Oh, there was a very good film on the other night. It was the one about the little boy who lost his parents and he had to find homes for his brothers and sisters. I cried my eyes out. Well, did you watch it, Mr. Manning?
No, I must have missed that one, Pixie.
You good with your hands, Mr. Manning?
I can slap someone down if I have to.
Do you watch a lot of telly, Mr. Manning?
Don't get much time, Pixie. Seem to spend all my time working.
Oh, well, you must have other interests outside your job. It can get very lonely, you know.
Well, being lonely is just a part of being alive, I suppose. There's the culprit.
Phyllis hasn't wasted any time sucking up to Margot. Two of a kind.
Laura, could I have a word with you?
Yeah, sure. Alan's contacted me. Kay's left home.
No. Where is she?
Well, we don't know, but she's probably with one of her friends.
Oh, God. If it rains, but it pours.
Look, you know I'll do what I can for your kids.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Mrs. M. Thanks. I mean, I can't do anything in here. I'll let Kay down, but I won't let the women down.
I'll be in touch with Alan, okay?
Thanks, love.
I've got contacts.
Yeah, well, I want to be good. It's not easy getting drugs in here these days.
It'll happen.
Terrific.
It's not going to be cheap, and it'll be cash on the knocker when I deal.
Well, that cuts me out.
It's not going to be easy for me to make the contacts. Old Ma Morris is watching me like a hawk, and bloody Desmond's a pain in the arse already. I could probably use someone to take the orders.
Yeah, well, what's in it for me?
Free snort, if and when you bring the orders in.
Well, you're on. Did you have a good thing going at Barnhurst, did you?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah? Well, I reckon you'll do all right here. It's a long time since we've had anything stronger than grass. I have to watch Ferguson, though. She's really down on drugs. And I can't afford to get in the wrong side of her right now.
Always get someone else.
Look, I said I'd be in it, didn't I? When's the supply coming in?
Could be today. Just one word.
Oh, come on, we're partners, aren't we?
Correction. I'm running this outfit. You take your orders from the women and me. Got it?
I don't understand. Eddie Stevens was killed in a car accident.
The police made it look that way to protect him.
You've no idea where Mitchell and Stevens might be?
Possibly interstate.
If they're still alive.
Yeah. You wanted to see Myra Desmond. Shall I bring her in?
Yes, please.
Myra?
Now, what is this go slow all about?
To draw attention to the conditions in here. to get things the women really need.
You don't think you ought to be concentrating on your own problems before you start all this?
I know I've got to face whatever's coming to me, but while I'm in here, I can't sit back and see what's happening. Or not happening, to be more precise.
Such as?
Rehabilitation. Look, I'll get it all written down and presented properly, but Mrs. Reynolds, when the women come in here, no one finds out what they can do. They're shoved into the kitchen, the laundry, wherever.
I agree, Myra, but it's been tried and the results weren't very encouraging.
But it's all been so hit and miss. The department talks about preparing prisoners for when they get out. But where's the apprenticeships? Where's the training?
The department isn't exactly easy to approach at the moment.
When have they ever been?
Oh, be fair. Our track record's been pretty poor during the last few months. We've shown trust and it's been abused. However, if you'd like to make out the report and give it to me, I'll see what I can do. I'd like to see a lot of improvements myself.
Yeah, I know you would. Thanks. But I have to be honest, Mrs. Reynolds, we can't wait indefinitely.
Meaning?
If the department doesn't do something soon, we will. And they're going to have real industrial problems on their hands.
Why don't you flip a bloody coin? Or does it take two of you creeps to bump off one Sheila?
Shut up.
What's it matter? You're going to do that to me permanently, aren't you?
You've got to admit she's got guts. I bet she's a good lay, too. It's skinny. Still, there's only one way to find out. Might be a leso, of course. You know what happens in them female prisons. Yeah. Maybe we ought to show her what it's really like, eh? Give her a last big thrill.
Boys, get her out of here.
Get lost.
Don't give me orders, lady. And don't get any funny ideas about making a break for it. We'll be right outside. You'll keep, Blondie. Let's go.
I don't get it. They were just going to wipe me out.
Maybe they changed their mind.
How come?
I persuaded Mr. Renner you might be useful.
Yeah, well, I'm not sticking around for him to bloody change his mind again.
Listen, I did a lot of fast talking to get them to keep you around here. Use your brain. You try something like that and we've both had it.
Why'd you stick your neck out for me?
You got unlucky. I don't like to set up any more than you do, but those guys out there mean business. So we go along with it until we can work out something else.
So what happens now?
Renner's going to set me up with 3 girls that are going to work out of here. And another half dozen that are going to do the streets. You'll be one of them.
No way!
Oh, don't play coy with me. You've done it before.
Yeah, when I had to.
And now it's time again. Now, if you want to keep breathing, you play it straight and you grab anybody who can pay cash. I don't have much of a choice either. So you play it the way it is, or I open that door right now and I'll let those guys back in to pick up where they left off.
It's like you said. There's not much choice. I guess I owe you one.
Remember, one mistake and they wipe us both out.
What a mess.
Count your blessings. We're alive.
What are you doing, Cass?
Folding sheets, Dor.
But look at how you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing it the same way I always do it, Dor.
But we're on a go slow, Cass.
Oh, yeah, we got. Oh, it feels funny, Dor. You know, Ma, I hope we don't have to keep this up too long. I reckon it's harder to work slow than it is to work normal.
Well, from what Renault said, we might have to take it a step further.
A strike?
Yeah, general one. Might make him sit up and listen.
Does that mean all the working areas would go out?
That's right, Pixie.
Well, I reckon it'd be easier to stop altogether than go slow.
Well, it's all in the way you do it, Cass. Now, you've seen it in the movies. Watch.
Oh, that's lovely. It's just like an underwater ballet. Yeah, it is.
It's a bloody nut house around here.
In for a penny.
Well, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em.
What is this, a bunch of bloody poofters? You lot better get your orders into Phyllis if you want some of my happiness, Dust. Getting a supply in real soon.
I've told you before, Gaffney, no drugs.
That's right, forget it. It's a waste of time. Nobody'd buy it off you anyway.
There'll always be customers.
Not while I'm here.
All right, you made your point. It'll be coke. Real good stuff, too. So get your orders in, girls.
She's not going to back down.
We're going to have to make her.
Feels strange having a shower without a screw breathing down your neck. Classy joint. Betty pays a fortune for it.
He doesn't pay for anything. He takes.
How about some booze?
Don't push your luck, Bobby.
This is how you used to live, isn't it? Before they put you in the slammer.
Yes. I used to call the shots. It makes a difference.
Wonder what Reno and the screws are thinking back at Wentworth.
Mrs. Reynolds and the officers are too busy hanging on to their jobs to worry about us.
How'd you fix it? You know, getting out.
The less you know about that, the better. Make sure you remember that.
Does she understand why she's been allowed to stay alive?
Oh, yes.
Good. You start work now. The Minotti brothers look after your area. Don't give them any trouble, you're very replaceable. You'll need some clothes for yourself and the girl. But don't get any ideas about going shopping on your own. Take Keith or one of the other boys. They'll organise transport for you when you want it. And I'm sure you're both aware that you're on probation. Move. I'll be back.
Myra's points are valid, Meg. And I don't doubt you put together a very good report for the department.
Yes, that's some constitution she's got. Taking on the women's problems when she's got so many of her own. And now her daughter's left home. I've had to tell her.
Well, perhaps worrying about the women and the conditions is helping her blot out her own worries. She must be frantic about that.
Yes, she's only 16. I mean, she loves Myra. She also loved her father. And she's the one that's got to give incriminating evidence at her own mother's trial.
God, I don't think I could have handled that at 16.
Me either. I was wondering if I could move Bryant in with Myra. I mean, they're old friends, and she could be a steadying influence at a time like this.
No objection as far as I'm concerned, but Myra looked pretty stable to me when she was practically threatening to blow the union whistle.
And I'm worried about Payne being in the same block as Myra. I've spoken to Alan Desmond. He thinks Payne could be called as a witness against his mother.
What? We should have been told that.
Well, she only came in on a drug and assault charge. I mean, I thought you knew that
No, and that's a very serious situation. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do
Patients
about
you
it.
wanted, Governor, and I've fixed the telly in the rec room, despite Pixie Mason's help. It's good to have her back, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What do you think of her claim that she was lured away on false pretenses?
Well, if there's any truth in it, it must make a big difference to her hearing.
Surely it wouldn't be that hard to find that Ralph Cranton.
Leave it to the police, Meg. It's up to Mason's lawyer to bring out the truth at a hearing. In the meantime, let's remember our job's here. Finding Ralph Cranton or our missing prisoners is strictly for the police.
Oh, geez, this is boring. I'm almost glad I'm not going to be here much longer.
I never knew you to complain about taking it easy before.
That's crap. Either we go on strike or we forget the whole friggin' idea.
Oh, look, I've told you. I laid it on the line with Mrs. Reynolds. Now let's give her a chance to do something about it. You know what the bloody department's like, though. Takes them a month to change their typewriter ribbons.
Yeah, Myra's right. We've got to give Mrs. Reynolds a fair go.
Anyway, Myra's top dog. We do as she says.
If I want to do my own thing, I will.
Yeah, why not? Everyone should do their own thing if they want to.
There are rules around here. We've got to learn to stick by them.
Besides, Myra's trying to make things better for us.
Yeah. Myra, you really reckon I'll get a chance to learn all about engines and stuff?
If I had my say, Cash, you'll get a proper apprenticeship. Make it a lot easier for you when you get out.
That'll be the day when they let her out. 3 murders and an escape rap. You realise you're locked up in here with 3 legs on a murder rap?
Yeah, I need to go to the loo. Watch the press, Jude. I have to go too. really believe that, don't you?
What?
About people doing their own thing.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that?
Oh, come on, you know.
What?
You put the idea into her head, but you're a bit stupid gloating about it.
Listen, I tell you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Kay has left home and you can take full credit.
Why blame me? I didn't even know, all right?
Now, I took you in off the street, you lousy little bitch. I took you into my home, in with my family. And how did you repay me? Climbed into bed with my husband and then turned him against his own son. But that wasn't enough, was it, Gloria? Oh, no. You had to muck up my daughter's life the way you've mucked up yours. Because of you, she got picked up by the cops.
Better she turns out like me than a murderess like her mother.
You're going to regret you said that, slut.
You just can't get over your old man dumping you when he found someone who could really give him what he wanted in bed. And don't blame me for what your little girl's done. She wiped you a long time ago. You're just the rotten bitch who killed her father, and she can't wait to get up in court and tell them just that.
I'm going to do you a big favour, Gloria. I'm going to make sure that you never get into any trouble with a married man again. Or any man, for that matter. I mean, what do you got to offer but a pretty face? Not a thing. Well, it's not going to be pretty for very much longer.
Desmond, you wouldn't be here if Mrs. Morris hadn't thought you were threatening Payne.
She didn't see me strike Payne.
Meg?
No, I didn't. But it was obvious you weren't having a friendly chat. And Payne looked terrified. Had no choice but to report it.
But you heard no actual threat being made?
No. But I am aware that there's a lot of tension between the two women.
Yes, I'm making arrangements for Payne to be transferred to another block. Myra, I simply cannot understand your behaviour. After all the work you've done for the PIG and knowing your trial was coming up, I thought you'd be too intelligent to get yourself into this sort of trouble. Now, reorganising things so I can move Payne is going to be difficult and time-consuming. So I want your word of honour that there'll be no more trouble with her before a transfer. Will you give me that?
Yes.
Right. But if you let me down...
I won't let you down, Mrs. Reynolds. I promise.
Good. I wouldn't accept that from a lot of the women, but in your case, I believe your word really does mean something.
You're hurting my arm.
I'll hurt a lot more than that if you give me trouble, baby. Look around. This is my territory. And anything that Gino and his brother Mario says around here goes. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Good. Because we'll be watching you. And don't get any ideas about holding back on the cash. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. Hey, get it back to work.
What's this dump?
This is where you operate and where you stay. Come on. We'll get you settled in.
I thought I had to start work now.
I always test the merchandise before it goes out on the street. And you'd better be good. I like a little imagination from my girls.
Wasn't aware you had a sister, Gaffney? Maybe you just forgot, Mrs. Morris. How come she's never visited before?
I think that's when she was overseas. She gets around a fair bit, you know. G'day, sis. Good to see you.
No physical contact, please.
Sorry. Glad to see you, hon. Let's go and take a stroll. Okay, who are you?
Friend of Mr. Hughes.
How's he making out?
Fine. Seems to think he's going to have a very good year. That's if all his contracts work out.
I'm sure they will.
I want to know how you were. If you're still finding a few old friends around the place.
Oh, yeah, and making some new ones, too. Everything's fine.
Right, I'll have a look at that.
Sure. Not very trusting, are they? Thanks.
Just about x-rayed me while I was signing the visitors book. Suppose they're doing the same to the soap and powder I brought in for you.
Probably. God, anyone would think I wanted to come back to this bloody dump. Can you believe it? Next thing you know, they'll be giving us a breathalyzer before they chuck us in the lockup for the night.
Hey,
Hey, Pix, it's a go slow, not knock-off time.
I was just thinking.
Be important, Burnsy. Hand-delivered.
Probably a bloody summons with my luck.
Oh, I've been looking through the paper, Mr. Manning. There are some lovely films on, aren't there?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you take some time off and go and see one? With a friend, of course. It makes all the difference if you have someone to share it with.
You could be right.
All the flaming cheap bloody hands has gone and asked me to his wedding. Oh, well, it's not that funny. I'm stuck in here because of him, and now he's got the nerve to send me an invite. Well, I hope he falls out of bed and breaks his bloody leg.
Yeah, before or after?
Now come along, Doreen. The least you can do is send him a telegram.
Yeah, good one, Jude. Perhaps I could say, if you can't keep it up, use your paintbrush.
Yeah, what about good screws are hard to follow?
Oh, that's just not nice.
Hey, they're only clowning around. Pixie, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Something's bothering you.
Well, it worries me, Jude, that no one believes my story. I wouldn't have gone away with Ralph if I hadn't got the card from Mrs. Powell, but now I can see that Ralph wrote the card himself. Wasn't very nice, was it?
No, it wasn't. And I believe you.
So do I, Pixie. Just a pity you still haven't got that card, though.
Oh, I have. It's in the room I was renting. I wouldn't throw away a wedding card, would I?
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
Since you last saw your sister, Gaffney?
Oh, a long time, Mrs. Morris. Not that it's any of your business, really.
That's enough. You'll be on a charge of insubordination. And the gifts will be confiscated. Here, let me take a look.
You know as well as I do, Mrs. Morris, they've been checked and cleared. Well, don't you trust Mrs. Powell? Undue harassment of the prisoner, I think it's called.
Put them away and get back to work.
Take the orders?
Here, I got a list. You got anything for us to sell here?
Yeah, just had the first delivery. You did all right.
Well, I used to be an Avon lady.
Yeah, well, keep it up. I want more customers.
No worries.
Wright and Desmond are mugs if they reckon they can stop us trading.
Well, they could make things tough for us.
Well, if they do, they'll be making it tough for themselves.
Well, how do you mean?
If Desmond's going to try and pull this strike, she's going to need all the women behind her. If she cuts off their dope supply, she'll look over her shoulder and find there's no one there.
Right.
So we play along with her crummy union for now. Here's your cut, Hunt.
What's it like?
Try for yourself.
Where do you keep the rest of it?
Where do you reckon I keep me brains? In me ass? Get out of here.
So you see, that was the clincher. When she got the card, she thought it really was from Mrs. Powell, that she really was being released.
It's true.
Well, I know it seems a bit batty, but then Pixie's record is a bit unusual.
Is this true, Mason?
Oh, yes, it is, Mrs. Reynolds.
Can't you see why it's important to get it back now for evidence to prove that she was tricked into escaping?
I see that, Bryant. All right, where's the card now?
Oh, it's in my place. Oh, well, it must be because the police didn't take me back there. I didn't have a chance to pack anything.
Well, perhaps if I went back there after my shift, I could try and find this card.
Oh, that would be very sweet of you. Thank you very much.
Yes, well, let's get this settled once and for all. Write down the address, Mason.
Right. Oh, Mrs. Murray, Morris, do you think while you're over there you'd be able to pack up a few of my things? I have a lot of makeup there, my jewellery, and the sweetest little peasant skirt I bought just the day before. It's blue. Oh, it's sort of a cornflower blue. Oh, well, no, it's a bit darker than
Mason.
that. Has a full skirt and the cutest little black tie around the waist.
Mason!
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds.
Goodbye.
I'll take you back to the gates.
Yeah, thanks, Mrs. Morris. Come on, Pixie.
Mrs. Reynolds, I'd just like to say thank you very much.
Don't push your luck. Thank you, Mrs.
Thank
Reynolds.
you.
Come on, Pixie. Yeah, well, let's hope Mrs. Morris finds that card, eh? And at least that'll take a bit of the heat off.
Oh, she will. I know she will. I just hope she doesn't forget my skirt.
Well, you gotta have something to wear to court. And you've got to have something to take your mind off sharing with Margot.
She's not very nice, you know.
Not very nice. Well, that's the understatement of the year. She's a bloody creep. I'll tell you one thing. If she gives you any trouble at all, you tell me and I'll look after you.
Oh, I'll be all right.
Yeah, I know you'll be all right. What are you doing?
I'm just taking my photos down.
Why?
Because I don't want them up anymore.
But, Pixie, they're beautiful.
Well, not to me, not anymore.
Hey, have you let Ralph get you down? Now, that's not like you to let one guy get you down.
Well, I expect I've changed.
Well, I expect you'll be changing back to your old self again when you get out of here. I'll meet up with some other guy.
No, that's all finished. Besides, there are other things, like friendship.
Yeah, sure.
Judy, I love this, and you made it for me, even though you thought you may never see me again. Why?
Well, pink isn't my color, Pixie.
Why are you so good to me?
I don't know. You're my friend.
Yeah.
Well, do you ever remember Gaffney having a visit from his sister?
No, I don't.
Right. Where's she been hiding herself these last 4 or 5 years?
Oh, well, if she is anything like Gaffney, hopefully under a rock.
So is the governor going to do anything about this go-slow nonsense?
It'll run its course.
Run is hardly the word. I'd say it's only a matter of time before Desmond gets the same thing underway in the kitchen and the workshop.
Oh, I doubt whether it'll come to that. Mind you, her ability at organising things is pretty good. Top dog material.
Oh, we're better off without a top dog.
But of the women, at least it keeps Mara's mind off Gloria Payne. And that way everyone's better off.
Why, something happened?
It was about to, and I stepped in. Because Mara really meant business. You got to keep those two apart.
Well, I'll watch it.
It's top stuff. Have you tried it? I'm going to have a lie now. You'd be a mad not to try it. Listen, just go and see Margot, but make sure you tell her that I sent you.
Hunt! Come on, the rest of you, get a move on. Quick, smart. Well, that must be the fastest you lot have moved all day.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
You must have a bit of energy, Hunt.
Eh?
Well, this goes slow business. Now, if you don't expend energy, you conserve it. Therefore, you must have energy.
I guess so.
That's good, because I've got a little job for you.
Doing what?
I thought you'd like to get back at Payne for putting you in over the book. No one likes a lagger, do they?
No. What do I have to do?
Oh, just mess her up a little.
Well, what's in it for me?
I'll make sure that you stay as sweet as you are.
Why don't you get Myra to do it? She'd sort her out for you.
I said I had a job for you.
Miss Ferguson, I might get copped. Well, I can't afford that to happen. I'll have to be in the bookie.
You know, I think Desmond would be real grateful if you took care of Payne. In fact, I think she'd be so grateful she'd take the rap herself.
A good luck card from Po-Face? Sure, she sends one to everyone who escapes.
But I didn't know I was escaping.
Yeah? Who's going to believe that? I sure don't.
They will when they see the card.
Don't get too comfortable, you're leaving.
No, I thought I'd write some letter.
Get out.
Well, I like that. This isn't even your door.
Yeah, she's a pushy bitch, isn't she? Come on. Yes, off.
How much?
$10 a line. $2.40 a gram if you're a big spender.
Not giving anything away, are you?
You want a deal or not?
Take a line. Better be good.
Trust me.
Think I could?
What's that supposed to mean?
You're smart. You're going to have this place sewn up.
That is the general idea.
Maybe you could use some help.
From you?
Why not? I don't want to see Desmond on top or that fat dyke. Could use some help getting the coke in, selling it. Phyllis is useless.
Yeah. She's a sneaky bitch, too.
Well, what about it? What's the joke?
You. You are.
What are you talking about?
Talk that gets round this hole. Talk that gets all the way out to Barnhurst. Talk about you. About Reb Keane. You think I'm not onto you? You're a hustler. A two-timer, right? Yeah, sure I am. Call again. Only next time don't try and sell me a line. That's my business.
Oh, it's just not fair. They had no reason to kick me out of my own door.
They had a reason, all right. They're just not going to get away with it.
Judy, I don't want you sorting out my problems all the time.
It's not just your problem, Pixie. Margot is everyone's problem.
What do you mean?
She's dealing in cocaine. That's why she wanted you out of the dorm.
I think I'll go and talk to Phyllis.
No. She's with Payne. You got to keep away from her. But I don't have to. Well, it's nice to know you've developed a sense of humour at last, Phyllis.
You're gonna need it if you're gonna prop in.
So Margot's decided to deal, right?
Well, look, I don't care who deals as long as we play cards.
Well, I'm glad you think it's funny. Because you are going to be laughing out of the other side of your face when the inside of your nose starts to rot from sniffing that stuff. What's the point? Come on, we're going visiting.
Oh, who are we visiting?
No, you stay here. Keep out of your door.
$10 on the knocker.
Yeah, well, I probably won't be buying too much of it at the price.
Probably just as well. They reckon it's not too good for you.
Phyllis said it was uncut.
For once you can believe her, it's good stuff.
How's business?
Private.
Better hurry up, Francis. You'll miss the news.
Okay, Margot. Where's the dope? Where is it?
Like I said before, it's private. So forget it and butt out.
Where is the dope?
You screw this up, you'll screw yourselves.
Oh, how's that?
The women like their dope. You mess up their supply, you think they're going to follow you? They won't even spit on you. You'll be out in the cold, both of you.
We'll take our chances.
Yes.
How about I just leave you to it?
Hang on!
Get your dyke paws off me!
Well, well, well. And what are you charging for these little things?
How much?
10.
Oh, you're making a lovely profit out of that.
Well, where's the rest of it?
Okay. Mrs. O'Regan keeps a stash for me. No, kidding. She's the cope queen. Stashes it with her baking powder. You want to try one of her lamingtons sometime? What do you say, Jude? Oh, you bitch!
And the only thing I have to say to you, the only thing, is that you have just gone out of business.
Is it working on you yet? Yep, I feel real nice.
Wish I had the cash to buy a gram and grabs me off by the line.
Oh, quick, it's about Bobby and Sonia.
Chance that Mitchell was caught up in the escape. Mitchell was a last-minute transfer from Wentworth to Barnhurst, and police have not discounted the possibility that she might be in some danger. The police escorting the woman were found bound and gagged in what was a highly professional operation. And now, let's cross to Jeff...
Bobby might be in danger. I managed to muddle through.
Oh, this is a bit different, Pixie. They only wanted to take Sonia, but they got Bobby as well. They'll probably just let her go, though.
Oh, sure they will. They'll let her go so she can get picked up and put the finger on them. Oh, anyone can see that.
Oh, that's enough, Phyllis.
They'll waste her. That's what they'll do.
That's enough.
Poor Bobby. As if it isn't bad enough being with Sonia, but imagine being with Sonia and her friends.
Pixie, I'm afraid you're going to have a little bit of housekeeping to do. We messed up your cell looking for Margot's dope.
Did you find anything?
Oh, just a bit. We don't know where the main stuff is, though.
Look, I could find it. Even if she carries it on her, what does it look like?
No, Pixie, you stay right out of it.
That's right. Leave it to the big girls.
Oh, I'm beat. It's all that work you're doing for Margot. What's it like being her flunky?
I'm not her flunky. We're partners.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we could be partners. You know where she keeps the dough.
I'd rather team up with a death adder.
Do you know where she's got the coat?
Of course I do. We're partners, aren't we?
Where?
Tell you. Come on. Where do you think I keep me brains? In me bum?
Maybe. Looks enough like your face.
Right.
Lock up, ladies. Sleep well.
Thank you, and thanks for the cell shuffle.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
No trouble.
Well, we got rid of Sonia. Now all we have to do is get rid of Gaffney and Payne.
Well, Mrs. Reynolds is having her transferred to another block. And you gave your word, Mara.
Yes, I know, but the sooner she's gone, the better. I never want to see her again. Good night.
Good night.
Now, oh, Mrs. M, any word from Alan about Kay?
No, I'm sorry. But I'm sure if he hears anything, he'll be in touch with us.
If he does get in touch, no matter how late, you'll get
Yes,
word through.
you can count on me.
Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, God, Jude, where the hell is she? 16 years of age, and she thinks she knows everything. She's just a kid. She doesn't know anything. That bitch, Gloria. What sort of scum can lead a kid astray with dope and booze? I swear, Jude, if I crack, I'm going to kill Gloria. The sooner she's away from here, the better.
Now, Myra, you mustn't think like that at all.
I can't help it, Jude. Not until I know that Kay is safe and that she can forgive me.
She can forgive you? You said yourself she's just a kid. One day she's going to realize that what you did was because you loved her.
I'm glad you're in here. I go crazy on my own.
Thanks. Hey, you know what we should do? We should try and get transferred to a 3-bed cell. That way we could get little Pixie to share with us. That'd liven us up a bit.
Yeah, we should get her away from Margot.
Yeah, it's not just Margot. Something else is bothering her.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. She's still bright and cheerful and everything, but something's bothering her. Something's hurt her.
You're very fond of her, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. She's got what you said, you know, innocence. She has that.
Jude, tell me to mind my own business, but you're not getting involved, are you? I'd hate to see you get hurt.
She just brings out the maternal instinct in me, that's all. She's someone I want to look after and help over the bumpy patches, that's it.
I'll have that. You know, you should invest in some of this stuff. I think you'd like it.
I'd rather not.
Oh, well, I've got plenty of customers. I don't need to heavy you.
You wouldn't dare.
What are you talking about? Oh, sure. Bloody Judy. Is your dyke girlfriend looking after you?
Judy's my friend. She's not my girlfriend.
Wait till she's been through you a couple of times. You won't be so prissy or pure.
I'm not prissy, and I've never pretended to be pure. I've never pretended to be anything that I'm not.
Come on. I can see straight through that little girl lost act. Can see the way Judy laps it up too.
You're wrong.
Suit yourself, Snow White.
Look, don't call me that. I've never set myself up to be anything special. But I'm certainly better than you with your bullying and your dope peddling. I hate sharing with you. I wish they'd come and pack all of your drugs up and send you back to Barnhurst
Would
with
you
them.
keep your voice down?
Why? Everybody knows you're selling drugs. The whole prison does.
Shut up! The bloody screws don't. I don't want another word out of you. I'm going to be top dog of this crap heap. Screw Judy and Myra. The women will stick with me because I can supply what they want. And no one's going to get in my way.
Got any more stuff?
Sure, you got any money?
Well, no, not right now, but I might be getting a visitor later. Hey, save us a couple of wines, will ya?
What's it here to?
Nothing. Nothing.
Good. That's what we like to hear.
Bryant, Mason, Keane, Gaffney, Martin, Fisher, Coombs and Lyon in the laundry. Harvey, Hunt, Desmond and Payne in the kitchen.
Which room with Gloria? Excuse me, Miss Ferguson.
okay, Jude, it's
No.
okay. What?
Miss Ferguson, couldn't we have Mara in the laundry?
She's rusted in the kitchen, Bryant.
Yeah, I know that, but she's really useful in the laundry. She's good on the press.
You can handle that, Bryant. Desmond stays in the kitchen.
But Miss Ferguson...
She stays in the kitchen. Right, everybody out. Quick, smart.
It's all right, Jude. I won't lay a hand on the bitch. All right, but you be careful. And if she goads you, you just ignore her.
I promise you there'll be no trouble. Oh, once we get in the kitchen, you don't see nothing, you don't say nothing. Understand?
What are you talking about?
You'll see. Just keep your mouth shut.
To Pixie regards, Mrs. Powell. You really think she fell for this?
Yes.
Anyone else, and I just couldn't believe it, but Pixie, I believe it.
Well, the only other explanation is that she wrote the card herself, and that she was going to use it to strengthen her story about being tricked.
Can you see Pixie looking that far ahead?
No, not unless she was focused on a wedding.
Right. No, I really believe she thought the card came from you.
Okay, I'm convinced, but I don't think it's going to help her case.
Why not?
Well, we know her. Come on, we know how batty she can be. But who else is going to believe that Pixie Mason thought she was going to be released from prison because a boyfriend told her so, and that he gave her a card from the acting governor? It's mad.
Doesn't sound too rational.
Ah, well, I think it'd be worse for her if they did believe it.
Why?
Because they would put her in a home for the mentally bewildered. Or bewildering.
Oh, if only we'd find this Ralph Cranton.
Forget it, Meg. I don't want you tracking down accomplices. It's not your job.
Look, even if you did find him, I doubt whether he'd admit to it. He'd end up in a slammer himself.
Well, I still say that that card is the key to getting Pixie off the hook.
Hope so. Otherwise, we'll throw the other key away.
Oh, God, I'm nearly asleep working at this pace.
Well, Myra said we go slow, so we go slow. It's going to wear the screws down a lot quicker than it's going to wear us down.
You want to bet?
I don't know what you're complaining for, Margot. You've always worked at this pace. Have a word with you, love. Listen, how are you going sharing with Margot?
Oh, she's awful. She was wrapping her drug deals into little packages last night.
Did you see where she was getting them from?
She got them out of her pockets, but I'm sure I can find them. She sleeps heavily. I almost got up and had a look around.
Pixie, for God's sake, you mustn't do that. Margot's a very dangerous person. Now, I mean it.
Oh, but I can help. What are you going to do about it?
Nothing.
What?
Well, not at the moment. Right now, my main concern is Myra and Gloria being put in together.
Oh, but you said Myra promised to behave herself.
She did, but she also hates Gloria's guts. All Gloria has to do is say one little thing that's not right. Myra could go with a cleaver.
Hey, Pixie, you want to do a pickup? You're so good at it.
And what the hell does that mean?
Kick it around.
I'll kick you around, mate, if you don't give me a straight answer.
If it's straight, you can't use it. Isn't that right, Pixie?
Why are you saying all of these things? They're just not true.
Settle down. I don't care if you lay her.
And I don't care if I lay you. Now, hey! Now you go and do your own dirty work and mind your own bloody business.
You're sure giving Mara a wide berth?
Don't trust that mad bitch, especially when she's got a knife.
You'll be okay. I'll keep an eye on you.
Wish I had some coke. Keep my mind off her.
Yeah, well, I reckon you're on her mind, too.
Why don't they roster me somewhere else? She's giving me the creeps.
Don't worry about it. She's nothing. You'll be all right.
Come on, get a move on. We want this stuff for lunch, not supper.
Oh, yeah. She's right. Better get this on or we won't have any tucker. Oh, God, on the butterfingers.
Don't worry, what they don't know won't hurt them, eh?
That's what I say.
You bitch! You stupid cruel bitch! What's happened? She's mad! She's bloody mad! She just poured water over a boil of water! Here, I'm standing over there. What do you want? You Phyllis, away from her! Gloria, tell them for God's sake!
You're on a charge for unwarranted and sadistic attack on a fellow prisoner.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together.